Hi everyone, CC here once again for another watercolor video. I wanted to test out a brand new stack of paper that I got. This is not it, by the way. That's the arches. This is what I've been using as a hot press paper. But recently I went to my art supply store and they had this pack on sale. And it is the same kind of nomenclature as the arches, which is also made by Canson. But this one is called Moulin du Roy. It's 300 GSM, 140 pound weight, hot pressed, and the satin finish. But the paper is a lot smoother than the arches. I find when I run my hand over the arches, I can still feel a bit of fibers coming up. But on the Moulin du Roy, there's none of that. It's like super smooth. So I was really excited to test that out, and I absolutely love that paper. So I cut my sheet in half because I didn't want to waste the whole sheet for this project. I wanted to do something fairly simple, and I wanted to do something monochromatic as well. So I'm first going to calculate a 1/4 inch border all around the paper and tracing that with my pencil and tape it down, to a board with using artist tape. Now, if you're going to do this, just as a reminder, because I didn't do it and I wish I had done it, wet the underside of the paper. And that will minimize a bit of the warping as you're working on the top. I forgot to do that, and I wish I had done it, but it was too late and I didn't want to remove the tape. I was getting lazy. Okay, so before you add any color, make sure that you erase any pencil lines or any pencil marks that you have, because after you've added the color, you won't be able to erase those lines. They'll become permanent. They'll be trapped under the watercolor. And these are the watercolors I'm going to be using. These are tube paints. I have a mix of Daniel Smith and Sennelier in there, but I'm going to be using only 2 colors of Senneliers today. Okay, so here's my dirty water. I'm first going to have a layer of dirty water as a first layer. And then I'm going to slowly build the intensity of the color. My idea was to have some sort of patchiness to the background, kind of random, because this is, to me, in my head, this is almost abstract. And then I'm going to build leaves and branches over that. So it just adds a bit of interest to the background. So again, building in layers with the intensity of the color. The way I do this is I pull a good amount of the paint onto an empty spot on my palette, and then I work from light to dark. So in that puddle, I will grab just a little bit, I'll push it to one side, and I wish I'd filmed this process. I'm sorry, I apologize for that, I didn't. But I will pull just a little bit of color and I'll add water to that small amount. I still have that big intense puddle somewhere that I can grab from later on, and that's how I build my color. Now while I'm doing all this, I'm just going to say my usual disclaimer. I'm not a trained watercolorist, but I absolutely love the medium, and I'm still learning quite a bit, but I'm still in my early stages of learning, actually. And I still want to put it out there for 2 reasons. A, because it helps me visualize where I could improve, and it also helps you, I'm assuming, because I've had that comment before, because whatever I make that I can improve on, you will also learn from that. So don't take this video as the Bible for watercoloring, because it's totally not. I don't pretend for it to be that way. Just take it as a learning experience and learn with me, and that's just it. That's why I'm making this video. It's always fun for me as well to go back and see how I was working before I I don't want to say master because I don't think I'll ever master this medium. It's a very tough one, but it's a big challenge for me, and I'm just on a watercolor kick these days. So anyways, end of my little disclaimer. Okay, so also the leaves. I enjoy making leaves for some reason. It's such a fun thing to do, and the brush has a lot to do with it. These are round brushes, but they have a very fine tip, and I have a few freeze frames on the brushes that I'm using because a few of you have asked me questions on what brand I use, and I have different brands, of course, but these are my go-to. They're Caviar by Dynasty, and so I figured if you have a visual of it, maybe you can research it better. Yes, I've also made a major boo-boo forgetting that watercolor is a transparent medium. It's not like gouache, which gouache is not permanent but opaque. Watercolor is transparent. And if you have a dark color underneath a lighter color, it will always show. And if you look at the clump, the very first big clump of leaves on the right hand side, you'll see that I can there I am. I'm trying to mask the branch that is going through the leaves, and it's not working. And it won't. No matter how many layers of that gorgeous phthalocyanine turquoise I add over it, it will never mask the branch that's going through. And I realized also why that happened, because when I'm filming a video, I'm so afraid to have what we call dead air. It's not really dead air, but segments where there's no movement, there's nothing happening, that I think it stops my thought process. And had I done this on my own, maybe I would have thought, oh, okay, let's add the branch in such a way, not the branch, but the leaves in such a way that I won't see the branch going through it. But it's, sometimes I do things a little bit more quickly than I would do if I'm not filming. So anyways, lesson learned. See? A good, important lesson for me to remember when I watch this. Okay, so this is my latest purchase. I do sometimes buy stuff. And this is the Gansai Tambi gold edition of watercolors. These are so yummy. I got them at the store where I do work for, and because I get a discount. And they're just probably one of my best purchases I've done this year. It's incredible. And it's always fun when it's time to remove the tape, because now you get a feel of the whole thing. I love having that white border around it, and I'm just erasing the extra pencil marks that are left with a kneaded eraser. And there it is. Look at that gold. I love it. Love it. I love the pattern that the drops made as well. They look like shooting stars. And I do apologize for the bad focus on this close-up shot. Probably the most important shot in the whole video, and it's out of focus. Yay. I'm such a pro at video making. And there's that branch. Are you going to remember that mistake as much as I will? I thought I should point it out again. That's pretty much it that I have to say about this project. I hope you've enjoyed watching it and that you've learned a thing or two. I know I have. And if you like to see more of this kind of videos, please give it a big thumbs up. It helps. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. As usual, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I will see you later. Bye.